If the MLS sold homes, we wouldn't need real estate agents. You guys get that? It's our job to do more than just put a sign in the front yard and put the home in the MLS. We have to go to work, tell them you're good at follow-up. Why are you telling them that you're good at follow-up? Because real estate agents suck at follow-up. So you're letting them know, I'm not like all the other real estate agents. I'm really good at follow-up. For all of you who are hesitant about making these calls, here's the mindset. They have a problem, you have the solution, because you know what needs to be done in order to get their home sold. Mr. Tang, Sam, I know who you are, man. You're a rock star. I want to get you on here as a guest speaker, so send me over your stuff, okay?
Absolutely, yep.
All right, happy Tuesday, everybody. Welcome to Survive to Thrive. Today is day 3 in a 3-series set on prospecting your way to success. So we've already covered for sell by owners and we've covered expired listings. If you missed one of those days, the videos are on my YouTube channel, so go there, they're there. Today we're going to focus on calling expired listings. You can call the seller directly or you can call the listing agent who had the listing. I'm going to focus on calling the seller directly first. Step 1, you need to get a platform that's going to give you the ability to search for expired listings or send you an updated list of those expired listings. I recommend Vulcan 7. It doesn't mean that the others aren't good, but in my experience, Vulcan 7 is the most reliable source. Once you've got this platform, you want to set up a search based on the geographic area that you work, and you want to set up a search as far as price range as well. So if you are going to call expired listings, anything above 350, for example, just set it up. Making the calls, knowing that this goes on YouTube and keeping myself out of trouble. First of all, don't violate the do not call list. And secondly, I'm going to tell you something that I did, but I'm not recommending that you do this. I started making these calls very early in the morning. And the reason I started making these calls very early in the morning is I wanted to get to the seller first. Now, the conversation is really simple. Hey, Joe. John Dietz here. Let me back up for a moment. So I've got the property. I pulled tax records, so I know who the owners of the property are. I am not going to call and ask, is this the owner of 123 Banana Street? You sound like a salesperson as soon as you say that. You sound like a real estate agent as soon as you say that. I want the call to be a friend call. Okay, so it's either, hey Joe, this is John Dietz, local real estate expert, or hello, Mr. Grant, this is John Dietz, local real estate expert. Your choice. Either one is cool. Now, the reason I'm calling is I noticed your home came off the market and I was curious, if I had a full price offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? Now, the reason I'm asking this question right up front is because if you've called expired listings, you know one of the challenges is keeping everybody on the phone. They're going to hang up on you. They're not happy and they're getting lots of calls, Joe. You want to get to this question before they have the opportunity to hang up on the phone on you. And this makes you very different than everyone else. Most real estate coaches and trainers are going to teach you to call in order to get a listing appointment. I'm not. I want you to focus on getting face-to-face. The purpose of the call is to schedule an appointment, period. If I asked Joe, if I had an offer on your home today, would you want me to bring you the offer? It's a pattern interrupt. I'm immediately changing the way they're looking at this conversation. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to have success every time you ask this question, because you know if you're making these calls, you're not. Your goal here is to get face-to-face with one potential seller every single day. That's it. Now, if you did that and you worked 50 weeks a year, 5 days a week, that's 250 potential sellers that you're face-to-face with. Now, here's what I know. I know that if you systematically follow up with those 250 sellers over time, 10 to 20% of them are going to hire you to list their house. That's 25 to 50 seller listings that you got because you held yourself accountable to a standard that says, I'm going to get face-to-face with one person every day. Now, how many people do you need to talk to in order to do that? I don't know. Maybe it's 10, maybe it's 15, maybe it's 20. But that's a standard that you're going to hold yourself accountable to. All right, seller's response. Do you have an offer? It's a great question, and I won't know until I see your home. That's exactly why we need to get together. All I need is 20 to 30 minutes to pop by so I can take some notes, ask some questions, and potentially bring you that offer. The seller may also have a response like, it was on the market for 6 months. Where the heck were you? Now, I love this response. Here's why I love this response, because it gives me the opportunity to respond with, that's a great question. You see, if you were to hire me, immediately I'm going right into an embedded command, and I'm using this, Mary Ellen, as a closing opportunity. All right. Where were you? Where were you the last 6 months? It's a great question. You see, if you were to hire me, not only is it my job to market your home to all the potential buyers out there, but it's also my job to market your home to all of the real estate agents. One of the ways that we would do that is we would send an email to all of the top agents, sharing with them that your home is on the market and everything that your home has to offer, so that they can share that with their clients. I would also call the top agents in our market and I would tell them about your house. And you see, Margaret, quite honestly, I didn't get a call from your agent. So the message is, the reason I didn't show your home the last 6 months, quite honestly, is I didn't know it was for sale. Now, it's on the MLS, so are thousands of other homes. Just because a home is on the MLS doesn't mean every real estate agent out there is going to see the property. And by the way, if the MLS, pay attention to this, okay? If the MLS sold homes, we wouldn't need real estate agents. You guys get that? Mind blown, right, Mary Ellen? If the MLS sold homes, you wouldn't need real estate agents. It's our job to do more than just put a sign in the front yard and put the home in the MLS. We have to go to work and let everybody know that this home is for sale. We need to make 40 to 50 outgoing calls every day to potential buyers. Bunny trail. Here goes. If I'm calling other for sale by owners and other expired listings, and I ask them, one of the questions that I ask them is, just out of curiosity, Molly, if your home would have sold, where are you moving to? Tell me what you're looking for. By the way, the reason I'm asking you this question is not because I'm nosy. The reason I'm asking this question is because I have other properties for sale, and it's my job to find a buyer for one of those properties. And you may be a buyer for one of those properties. And if you were to hire me, that's exactly what you would want me to do for you, isn't it? Just like that. Watch the YouTube video back, listen to the way I said it, and repeat it the same exact way that you just heard me say it. All right. Now you get in the door. Kodak moment. The first 10 seconds at the front door. Hey, Mary Ellen, John Dietz. We had an appointment today at 4 p.m. and it's 4 p.m. May I come in? Now you walk in that front door. The only thing you're bringing with you is a notebook to take notes and a pen. That's it. All right. If you show up with listing materials and you start having a listing conversation with them, do you care about me? Can I trust you? Can you help me? What's the answer to, can I trust you? The answer is no. The answer is, I can't trust you. You told me you were coming to see my house so you could potentially bring an offer, and you've turned it into a listing presentation. I can't trust you. So bring a notebook, bring a pen. That's it. Now, I want you to go on the tour of the home with the seller. Let's see, Russell, as we tour your home, I would love for you to point out everything you love about your home. Point out the updates that you've made in the last 2 to 3 years, and I'll ask you lots of questions. And I'm going to show them the notebook, because I'll ask lots of questions and I'll take lots of notes, because this is the information I'm going to use to help you sell your home. Another embedded command. Now, as we're touring the home, we covered this with for sale by owner, so I'm going to go really quick through this. Take notes out loud. Like their home. Be enthusiastic. Be excited to be there. And the question that I always get, Michael, when I'm having this conversation with real estate agents is, John, what if there's nothing to like? I mean, what if the house doesn't look very good? There's always something. There's always something for you to find that you like. Be enthusiastic, like their home. Do not go through the property and start pointing out everything that's wrong with the house. Do not go through the property and tell them, well, here's the reason you sold. You got this purple wallpaper and this purple shag carpet. I mean, what were you thinking? Like their home. Now, exit conversation. You're standing at the front door. It's time to leave. Before I leave, Joe, is it okay if I ask you a few questions? Actually, I only have one. Now, my job is to find a buyer and bring you an offer. In the meantime, I know from experience that most people who have had their house on the market and it didn't sell have a game plan for when they're going to put their home back on the market. So just so I know, just out of curiosity, what's your game plan? That's it. It's all you're going to ask. Now, before you leave, Shane, thank you again for the opportunity to see your home. I'm really good at follow up, so I will be in touch. Tell them you're good at follow up. Why are you telling them that you're good at follow up? Because real estate agents suck at follow up. So you're letting them know I'm not like all the other real estate agents. I'm really good at follow up. Day one, Diller, give them a call. It means the very next day. Hey, Diller, John Dietz, following up as promised. I have two questions. Well, two reasons. First of all, I wanted to thank you for the opportunity to see your home. You have a beautiful home, and I'm excited for this opportunity. Secondly, I wanted to check in and see if you have any questions for me. That's it. That's the only two things you're going to say. Now, when you hang up the phone, I want you to send them a handwritten personal notes. If you don't have a box of personal notes sitting on your desk with stamps sitting right next to them, you're not a real estate agent. You got that? There you go, Joe. You're not a real estate agent. If you don't have, that's it, Diller. If you don't have these and these, you're not an agent. Big part. Okay, switching conversations. Let's call the listing agent. 15 years ago, I didn't call the agent. I sent an email. Now we've upped the game and now we're calling. And my email went out to every real estate agent on listings where I couldn't get a hold of the seller or I couldn't get the right number. And the email simply said, hey, this is John Dietz reaching out to you in reference to 123 Banana Street. If you're not going to put the home back on the market, I will gladly pay you a 25% referral fee for connecting me with the homeowner. That was it. And I would list 2 or 3 homes a month, just sending out that email. Now we're ramping up the game and now we're calling the agents. Russell, John Dietz with eXp Realty calling you about 123 Banana Street. I saw it came off the market. Do not say I'm calling you about the listing you had that expired. That's calling them out. That's saying you're a failure. It's your fault. You didn't sell the listing. You're giving them an opportunity to get angry with you. I noticed that 123 Banana Street came off the market. Personally, and I know a lot of you are doing this different, but personally, I'm not going to ask them, are you going to relist the house? I'm going to ask them, I'm going to go right for the close, which is, Bob, if you're not planning on putting this home back on the market, I will gladly pay you a 25% referral fee for connecting me with the homeowner. Now you can get into a conversation with them. In other words, what does that mean? Or why do you think you could sell my home and I couldn't? Well, you see, Molly, the reason I'm reaching out to you is quite honestly out of respect to you. You see, I could be like all the other real estate agents and call your sellers directly, but I wanted to give you a call first and give you an opportunity to still earn some money on this. And it's real simple. Just connect me with the homeowner. If I get the listing and sell it, I'll pay you a 25% referral fee. And you know, Molly, this isn't your fault. I mean, I'm sure you told them the right price and they didn't listen to you. And what we know from experience is most sellers in a market like this need to have their home on the market 2 or 3 times before they're ready to listen. It's just about being in the right place at the right time. That's all. Happens to me too, by the way. Not interested. Fine. Call the next person. Same conversation. Not interested. Fine. Pick up the phone and call the next agent. What are we looking for? We're looking for one person every single day to say, that's a great idea. Send me a referral agreement. Okay, one more thing. Don't make the call, just send the referral agreement. So get a list of properties that came off the market, write up a referral agreement, sign it, put in the address, and email it to them. And in the text of the email, hey, Matthew, John Dietz here. I'm sending you over a referral agreement for 123 Banana Street. What are they going to do? They're going to call you and say, what the heck is this? Now you have an opportunity to talk to them. All right, talk to me, guys. Questions, comments, ahas. Let's go. Mr. Tang.
What's going on there, brother? Okay, I'm going to try my best to jump on and, learn from you the best I can. On the expiries, right, more of a comment. I've been around since in the real estate since 98, and I'm also a lender since 2002. Whenever we have a listing, right, there's a lot of lost opportunity tied to what you mentioned. In MLS, when we have a listing, it automatically tell us, how many matching, client that we have from the brokers. So if you guys on the call say you are full time, then you need to go through that matching broker and simply pick up the phone. If you don't have listings, you can reach out and say, hey, let me call these people for you, John. Since, John, you have a lot of listings. You can make it a consistent follow-up. I put on a listing, $2 million, two-family, and I got 300 people on there. As a listing agent, I don't have time to do all the follow-up. But if agents are open to making those phone calls like this, ring, ring, hey, John, this is Sam. I am working a new listing with my partner here, and you have a client matching per the MLS. Just wanted to see if you can, make a showing or whatever. Or like this, ring, ring. Hey, John, I am doing an open house from 12 to 3. The reason I'm calling you, you have a matching client. If you or your client are in the area, please send them over. Is it okay I text you the details, and then I'll follow up with an email with you?
Hey, Sam, let me butt in for a moment, okay? I mean, you've got great stuff. You got great stuff. Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that I need to get you on here as a guest speaker because I think you can probably teach us a lot of, you can teach everybody here.
Yes, so got it.
Send me your,
so
I'll say resume, but that's not what I'm looking for. Just highlights. Send it to
just
me.
To kind of give you, we'll definitely connect on that. Yeah. So the person who brought me in would be Tom Trung, and then Tracy Lewis, Scott Lewis, and the rolls up to Gino, and then Brent and stuff like that. I'm out in Boston. Yeah. So
Sam, I know who you are, man. You're a rock star. So okay. I want to get you on here as a guest speaker. So send me over your stuff. Okay.
Absolutely. Right. Yep.
Questions, comments, ahas. Let's go. I've got 2 minutes. Talk to me, Brian.
First of all, you make it sound so simple. I'm sitting here listening and I'm like, that guy's made the calls. He's made the calls. And I think we can all do it. It's just time over task, time over task, time over task. And there are people on this call that are absolutely crushing it, just making the dials. Like, we will find people who need our help. There are people out there begging, not knowing what to do because listings are going to expire in the next 5 days on May 31st. And come June 1st to June 5th is the best time to make these calls.
Spot on. They have a problem. You have the solution. For all of you who are hesitant about making these calls, here's the mindset. They have a problem. You have the solution. You owe them. You have an obligation to make these calls because you know what needs to be done in order to get their home sold. You know that when a home doesn't sell, it's always because of one of 3 reasons: price, presentation, or marketing. You're the one who has the solution for this. And Brian's comment, as far as me making it easy, is just time on task. That's all it is. As far as
we know it works because the guy that opened the call,
I haven't called an expired listing in 10 years.
I was saying, John, we know it works because the gentleman that opened the call today said he made 2 calls and has a meeting.
That's right. There you go. There you go. Okay, Maya, talk to me.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Hi, John. I love the fact that you use things that people would use as an objective initially in the call, because you're like, to this prospect, if I do have an offer, because when you do call expired, that's the first thing they're going to ask you. Do you have an offer up front? So the objective, you turn it around and ask them in a question, so you'll get more conversation out of them. So I do love that.
That's right. Yeah. Good stuff. Thank you for sharing that. Very, very simple plan, by the way. Very simple plan. Oh, Starlin, talk to me.
So I just want to say, after our last conversation, it was last Tuesday, I used to be very anxious calling people and just making that call, knocking on doors. It actually took you saying, what is your why? For anybody in this call right now, you're struggling with dialing and you're struggling with knocking doors. Think of, what is your why? Why are you doing this? It's not just, you have a solution for their problem, but if that's not helping, think of your why,
That's it. That's it. If you've read Rainmaker, the blueprint for success, You know, I tell the story of Colin getting lost when he was a 3-year-old in Walt Disney World, and nothing else mattered other than finding him. If you looked for your next seller with that same urgency every single day, you would blow this out of the park. Diller, I know you had your hand up and you put it down. I'm not going to let you get away with that because I like it when you talk to us. So talk to me.
Yeah, I would just say, if you want to really shake this up, I've been doing these calls FaceTime. So I just pull up my fellow expired leads and just FaceTime people.
Great idea.
And it's kind of interesting, their response. They're a little shocked. Who are you? And it's like, I'm a real person in your area. I kind of did it on accident, and now I'm just having fun with it.
Oh, I love this idea. Everybody, did you hear that? Okay, write this down. If your phone rings and it's FaceTime, you're like, FaceTime. That's kind of, for all of you who are old like me, think back when you got your first email. It's like, yeah, got an email. And now it's like, oh my God, I wish these emails would stop, right? When that phone rings and it's FaceTime, it's like, yay, somebody's calling me FaceTime. Okay, love this idea. 2 more and we're out. Make them quick, guys. Sam, and then Riza, you're on deck.
Just a quick nugget. So keep this in your mindset. You weren't going to get the business anyways. Might as well just call them and practice, right? And then on top of that, if you dread the call to the seller and say, hey, we need to lower the price. So instead of lowering the price, we summarize that listing and say, look, let's just do a seller concession. Give $10,000, $20,000 away so you can do a 2-1 buy down or add it to the closing costs, right? So now you'll be attracting a lot more buyers to qualify for that property.
Great stuff.
Okay, got it.
It's great stuff, my friend. Okay, Riza, let's go. Take us out. You guys, when you don't have your cameras on, I can't tell. Is there somebody there? All right, Riza, I'm not sure if you can take yourself off mute and talk to us. You may be talking, just so you know you're on mute. We can't hear a thing you're saying. All right. That is a wrap. Make it a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, John. Good day, everyone.
Hundreds of agents have leveled up their systems and listings with Coach John's coaching. Your turn starts here. Scan the QR code to schedule your session.
And don't forget to subscribe and share this with someone who's serious about building long-term wealth in real estate.